So you said a little bit. I hope this is not too much. Furthermore, I'm a little bit uneasy because when I thought about what I'm going to say, it sounded more like true confessions than a testimony. But in short, I grew up in Philadelphia to hymns that did glorify God. At home, Lutheran pastors decorated our family tree, and they stared you down from etchings and portraits on the walls. Most of these guys were long dead, but to me, they governed my thinking. Everything was fixed and certain. God was an old man up in the sky, austere but kindly, provided that you behaved. Heaven and hell were very real. I knew that when my father shoveled coal into the hot air furnace that heated our house, because those red, orange coals guaranteed that you were going to eat your spinach every day. In church school, we sang, "Jesus loves me, that I know." I'm going to give it a try, and you help me. It went something like this. Jesus loves me, that I know, for the Bible tells me so. Yes, Jesus loves me, the Bible tells me so. Anyway, doubt began when I recited the creed at 13. Heaven and hell no longer such a sure thing. Still, I reasoned that faking conviction and lying before the altar put you at risk for getting struck by lightning. And doubt worsened with Senior Pastor Miller's resignation. It seems he had impregnated the church secretary. My aunt chose rebaptism. But the death of my older sister and closest friend at age 32 spelled finality to all this. You can hear from my voice how much that meant. It left faith to crash and burn like a space vehicle off its trajectory. She had borne a massive disability with grace and humor. So I saw her death from spreading breast cancer as a supreme injustice. It tore out my heart. And then I went into spiritual limbo for 30 years. It's true that Ed Bunge and I were married in a congregational church in Washington, D.C., and that I held the vows sacred, but otherwise that meant little to me and less to him. Though I do remember his saying, he had been divorced, maybe it'll take this time since we did it in a church. Still, my career at American University encouraged spiritual growth. I authored a series of books, and it fell to me to research, write, and update the chapters on family, religion, and social values. I did this for all our books on Asian and Middle Eastern countries. So I thought a lot about human experience and interconnectedness. In retirement, I'm sure you'll be happy to hear, I grew open to belief. On one of 15 flights to Southeast Europe between 1993 and 2006, in the quiet of dawn, I had a spiritual experience that left me in thrall. I'd been looking out the window when I felt a sudden sense of the presence of God. very odd, very strong. It had something to do with the reach of the vast platform of pinkish clouds outside the window, so that this divinity was, to me, expansive, amorphous, and also unknowable. On the ground, my life focused on summer camps and youth leadership trainings and other programs, all in Kosovo or war-torn former Yugoslavia. The entire experience reinforced my sense of the power of community for doing the greatest good. And so at camp, we Jews, Christians, and Muslims, we ate, we slept, we sang, we swam, and we danced as one. And in closing, I'm going to tell you a quick little story about Adam Berzovich, because he provided an example of the power of community. A few months before he came to camp, Admir's parents had been killed in a bombing raid, and after which he carried his baby sister on his back 7 miles in search of safety. So of course at camp he hung back and he wasn't really a part of things, but at long last one night he joined the dance line. A smile lit up his face and he danced as though music filled his soul. So I have to say, too, that FCCB Green and Outreach Project, Green Ministry and Outreach Projects have underlined the power of community for me also. That's how I came to know Kemba Shakur. Kemba founded and built a nonprofit that plants trees in East Oakland and gives job training to at-risk youth. I love the look she adopts in public. It's a gray felt fedora spread on her beautiful dark braids, like one my father wore. My dream is to write an article about her to advance her world awareness of her work. So there you have it, my spiritual resume. I look forward to hearing yours. In community, we are blessed and able to glorify God in music. Thank you.